All right, Cessna Citation, cold and dark. Engine covers, pitot covers, chocks. Get the door open. All right, so first thing you'll want to get rid of the yokes. They're going to be in the way. All right, first, standby power switch turn to on. Turn on battery 1 and battery 2. And on the left, we have the emergency lights. Flick that to on. We're going to turn ICAS on. You could use the external power here if you want. I usually just go to the APU start, which we'll do next is over here on the right. First thing, turn on the master switch. Then we're going to turn on the generator. You're going to see this start to come up. And finally, we'll start the APU. The RPMs will kick in. All right, that's good. Bleed air on. While we're here, anti-collision lights on. Seatbelts on. Nav lights. Come back over here. Turn the avionics on. And then we're going down to the center console. IRs to nav. And while we're here, make sure that your throttles are in the fuel cutoff position. If they're in idle, you can just hit these little levers right behind the throttles. Alright, IRs are aligning. Let's see. So on the FMS now, we're going to do position initialization. North 42. You can confirm this on Navigraph on the top right of your airport chart. It will have the coordinates. And, the top left. The very top left of the chart. So you can see now I've set the IRs to nav, and our position has loaded. Now that heading failed indicator on our PFD and MFD went away, so we are good to go there. So we're just going to go straight through the list here. So we'll go flight plan next. Let's see, it's Boston. We can put this in manually. I'm just going to go to nav, sim brief, flight plan recall. Alright, so that has all that good stuff in there. We are on the Lobster departure. We're taking runway 9. On the Lobster 8 departure, activate. Alright, that filled all that in. Very good. So I'm just scrolling through each page as we go through here. So next is performance. Init. Climb. For authenticity, we'll do 290. We usually cruise at 290, so we have to go over here to OR and set it to manual, and then we can put in 290. And we're going to descend at 290. Transition 180 in America, that's good. We're flying to Halifax at 45,000. And this is, alright, so we're going to come over here. I'm going to do our weights. Import from SimBrief. Apply. And we're going to sync the EFB. All that looks good. Confirm. Takeoff data. Let's see. Runway 9 is correct. Let's get the wind. Do KBOS. Weather. 9 knots coming in from 080. Put this away. Do 080/9. Good. Already gave us the temperature. Runway is dry. Flaps 15 for takeoff. Anti-ice off. Confirm. Alright. Takeoff data. These are our V speeds. So these will fill in. Actually, it looks like they're already there. Oh, it's because I have my flaps set already, I think. See if this goes away. Yep, okay. So Setting your flaps for takeoff is what will add the V speeds onto your PFD. All right, so that looks good. Climb, cruise, descent, and landing. So here we're going to put in the arrival. We're coming in on runway 23. We are on ILS runway 23. Due tier on the Fundy 5-star via Alex. Activate. I just got all that from Navigraph. Just go through this. No discontinuities. Everything looks good. Alright, so we've done our performance. We've done our weights. We have our flight plan. I think we are good to go there. Let's get these engines started. Alright, so with the engines. There we go. We're going to start the right-hand engine. We're looking for N2 to get up around 10%, and then we're going to switch the throttle from fuel cutoff to idle. So we'll start the right engine. N2 is coming up. 7. We'll go flick that forward. And N1 is rising. ITT is coming up. Oil temperature and pressure are rising. That looks good. Looks like a good start. Alright, that's good. And we'll do the same thing for the left engine. Bang. Throw in idle. N1 coming up. ITT. And temperature and pressure. Good start. Alright, we'll set flaps for takeoff. It's 15 degrees. So when you set your flaps for takeoff, if you look here in the center, the ICAS, this little green section will pop up in your trim. And you just want to go up until it's in the green, and we are set for takeoff. So that's good. Engines are good. We can shut the APU off. The checklist says to do this in flight, but I don't think it really matters. I've never run into an issue doing it on the ground. If you're going to be cruising higher than 35,000 feet, which we usually don't, but you need to set your cabin altitude. It's set to 35 by default. I'm going up to 45, so we're going to move this up here. So we're pretty much good to go. We're just going to check the ICAS here. So pitot-static, rat heat off. It's right here. Left and right. You can turn those on if you want. I don't like seeing the message, so I turn it on. Or, yeah, turn it on. And autopilot controls. So you have heading, altitude, and CDI on the dash, thankfully, because the actual controls are down here. Really annoying spot. So we'll just set this for 45,000. That's good to go. We'll arm the auto throttle. We'll arm nav and FLC. So if you try to climb in VNAV, it will do it, but it won't. The auto throttle will not follow the selected speeds in the FMS for some reason. So you need to climb in FLC for the auto throttle to work. But yeah, we're good to go. Parking brake's off, so the no takeoff parking brake obviously disappears. And this last little white text here on the ICAS, when you actually throttle, spool up the engines, and enter a high pressure regime, I guess we'll call it, that message will disappear. That's only there because the airplane is currently in a low pressure state. Alright, throw the landing lights on. Alright, everything's good to go. We hit the takeoff button and we are rolling. This thing is buttery smooth on takeoff too. Watch how clean it rotates. Alright, we're going to throw AP on. LNAV is active. I think because we hit the takeoff button, maybe it disengaged the FLC, so we're just going to hit that. Auto throttle has engaged in climb mode, and we are chilling. Start putting some flaps away. And we are on our way. It does RNAV, it does ILS, no problem. It will automatically tune frequencies like the Phoenix does. Super smooth, super straightforward. No warnings on our ECAS. Should be a nice flight. $130 miles to top of climb, 240 to top of descent. We are chilling. Hope you like it, dude.